Termination of parental rights, or TPR in Alabama. What it means. What does that mean? One of the scariest parts of a DHR case is hearing the words termination of parental rights. Today, I'm going to break down what the process usually involves, what the court considers, and why most families still have opportunities to reunify before it ever gets to this point. So what does TPR mean? Termination of parental rights, often called TPR, is when a court legally ends the parent-child relationship. This means that the parent no longer has the legal rights for the child, and it opens the door for the child to be adopted by a family. One of the problems is that it ends your legal rights but not your responsibilities. You can still be ordered to pay child support even after a TPR. So this is one of the most serious actions a court can take, which is why it's not done quickly or lightly. In most cases, TPR only comes after many months of hearings and reviews. The court will have already held shelter care hearings, ISP meetings, review hearings every 3 to 6 months, permanency hearing around 12 months, a dependency hearing. TPR is usually only considered if reunification hasn't worked, other relatives aren't available, and the child still can't safely go home. So this is not something that happens overnight. It's the end of a long process. What does the court consider? When deciding whether to terminate rights, the court typically looks at the child's best interest. Will the child be safer and more stable with a permanent plan? Reasonable efforts. Has DHR made reasonable efforts to help the parent succeed? Family placement options. Are there safe relatives who can take the child? Judges take all of this very seriously because they know it's a life-changing decision. Section 4 is why TPR is rarely the first stop. Here's the hopeful part. TPR is not where cases usually start. It's where they end if nothing else has worked. Most families have multiple review hearings, service plans, and opportunities to show progress before TPR is even on the table. And even when TPR is requested, parents still get notice, still get a hearing, and still get to have their lawyer argue their case. Many families reunify long before reaching TPR. I've seen many parents turn their cases around just by staying engaged, working their plan, and showing up consistently. And even when reunification isn't possible, relatives can sometimes step in and give the child a safe, loving home while keeping that family connection alive. Remember, you still have rights, you still have a voice, and you still have a chance to be heard. If you want to see the full timeline of a DHR case, every hearing and every step that happens before TPR is even considered, check out my course link below. It will help you understand where you are in the process and what's likely coming next.